that bubblegum. Oh yeah.
Hey everyone, it's Sarah here, back with a new video. And okay, first, before I start off this video, I would just like to fangirl a little bit over something that maybe is not too exciting to you, but I just got followed by Phoebe Tomlinson, which, if you don't know, it's Louis Tomlinson's younger sister. Yes, she's 11, so it's kind of lame that I'm sounding so excited over 11-year-old following me, but she has status. Louis Tomlinson is part of the biggest boy band in the world, and she is related to him. It's his sister. I am fangirling right now. I wish Louis followed me, but that's just not going to happen because my itty-bitty account compared to his or Harry's or anybody else's, it's just not gonna happen, and I already know that. I've accepted it into my life, and I am good. So aside from people hitting me up on my phone because I'm just that popular, let's just get on to the video. 7 things that I wish parents would stop teaching their kids. First thing on my list, I wish parents would stop teaching their kids that nudity is inherently sexual. You know, like in those music videos you watch, like with Miley Cyrus, remember how she was like naked on the wrecking ball and all that? This one is a very controversial topic, and a lot of people say, oh, shield the kids' eyes, like when it comes to that. I can understand that, but it depends on the situation and the circumstance. A lot of times, nudity represents art, and it's supposed to be representing some symbolic meaning, or, you know, you learn in English class, like there's things that have other meanings and there's deep analysis into it, and people like to represent what they want to express in different ways, and sometimes nudity is one of them. I think as a society we should stop treating nudity as something bad. I'm not saying people should go out in the streets and like freaking strip off their clothes. No, it's called modesty. But when it comes to like music videos and stuff, people should not be getting hate for that. When you are a performer, you do things like that, and I don't think that it should be frowned upon. I personally wouldn't do it, but hey, if you have a body to show off, then you can do it in a music video, especially if you're a pop star. The second thing that parents should not be teaching their children is that people should be judged for their personal decisions. There's a lot of parents, if their child comes home and the child says that their friend is like doing something that maybe they don't agree with, like just because it's not up to their moral standards or whatever, it doesn't mean you should automatically judge them when you don't even know them. It's their personal decision, no matter what that may be. She pierced her lip, or she got piercings on her nose, or anywhere. Like, it could be piercings, it could be tattoos, it could be drinking and smoking. Drinking and smoking are not good. I do not endorse that, but it is a personal decision to do that. And I don't think parents should be judging other kids who they don't know for doing that. But like when it comes to like piercings and tattoos and people's expression, like the way that they dress or how they make up on their body, oh wait, even the way people do their makeup, people should not be personally judged. Those are their personal decisions. So it's the way you might do your makeup, your tattoos or piercings, anything like that, anything to do with like body art or just any way that people self-express themselves. People should not be personally judged for that. People have the freedom to express any way they want, and if it's not hurting anybody, then I don't see the problem with it. They shouldn't be judged. Third thing is that yelling solves problems. That's one thing that I wish parents would stop teaching their kids, because there's a lot of households where when the parents start yelling, the kids will start yelling. It's like a domino effect. It's kind of like a reaction and another reaction. One person starts yelling, the other person feels like it's okay to start yelling, and then they'll bring that out into the world, and they'll think that every time that they're a part of a situation or a fight or a disagreement or an argument, they'll think that the only solution is to yell. And the thing is that yelling does not solve problems at all. If anything, you're not in a stable mode, like in your mind. When you start yelling, you start to not make sense, and you start to think irrationally. So the only way to think clearly is by slowing down, not yelling, trying to keep your composure and stay calm, no matter how hard it can be, because you will notice that if you don't yell during an argument or a fight, your parents or whoever you're talking to won't yell either. Usually when one person yells, another person yells just because they're yelling. So if you're not yelling, they'll notice that and they won't yell either. Therefore, nothing will get out of hand. There won't be any violence or anything like that, and maybe the argument should end pretty well. The parents are role models in the first place, it can help the kids. The fourth thing that parents should stop teaching their kids is that they are too young to be talking about the things they're already starting to ask questions about. This one's a big one because I've been hearing it a lot in different situations. A lot of parents think that their kids should not be saying certain things or learning about certain things at a young age. What I say is that if they already know about it and they're asking you, I think that they deserve the right to at least know. Like, you don't have to put it out in full detail for them, but don't say, oh no, you're too young to know that. I would understand, like, if a child didn't ask a parent in the first place what something meant, and you just go ahead and tell them without them even asking first, then maybe it's not their time to know. But I think a child's time to know something is when they ask. If your child is like, what, 6, 8, yes, that's pretty young. If they already know about how babies are made and they don't know the full story, if they come home and ask, hey mom and dad, how are babies made, or something about that, or just any type of topic, if they're already asking, it means it's already on their mind. Therefore, they should deserve the right to know, because if you don't tell them, they're probably going to look it up on the internet. Either way, they're going to find out. So I just think if the child is already wondering, tell them. If they're not wondering, it means it's not going through their mind already, then don't tell them. If the child is already asking questions about a topic, that means that they are not too young to know, and they're not too young to be talking about it because they already know. The fifth one is that age correlates to importance. This is something that should not be endorsed in our society, that age correlates to importance. There's a lot of parents and just any adult that thinks, oh, you're 5 or you're 10, you don't know what you're talking about, you'll never be right, or if I'm comparing you to like an 18-year-old, whatever you say is devalued and it's not important because you're young, so we're not going to listen to you. Obviously, if you have someone who's like 18 versus someone who's 13, the 18-year-old is probably going to be a lot more wise and have more logic and stuff like that, so you might turn to them more for advice or anything like that. But I still say that we shouldn't devalue younger kids and say that just because of their age, it means that they don't know what they're talking about. That's not true. There's a lot of young kids that do know what they're talking about. Kids are probably getting smarter, and I think just because a kid is young, their age shouldn't define their intelligence. Kids can be smart despite their age. Sometimes 21-year-olds are freaking stupid. Sometimes 13-year-olds can be a lot more street smart than 21-year-olds. If a little kid wants to say something, they should be heard. It doesn't matter about their age. Age is just a number. It depends how they've been maturing, and people mature at different rates and different times. Some people mature earlier, so it doesn't matter about their age. They should still be heard. And I think it sucks when kids are deemed as unimportant or they don't know what they're talking about just because they're young. I think that's really unfair, because now you're not giving them a chance to speak when they could have something on their mind.